One of the things that was mentioned earlier was about openness and clarity. That is something we've taken very much on board with this project when it started up 18 months ago. Very much clarity of process, transparency of our outcomes. Just about everything we do is on our website. If you look at the website, and the link will be up later, then you will see just about everything we do. And the main thing we're trying to do is to reduce that regulatory clarity and the regulatory risk for the people who want to invest in this country, so that they understand what we are saying. We don't come along tomorrow, the day after, and say something different, and we don't have things tucked up our sleeves that we bring out in 2 years' time just when they're trying to invest the money in this country. Because if we do, they will go elsewhere, and we will be in the position that you heard earlier where the lights may not be on in many years' time. And I don't want that, because I live in this country and my family live in this country, and I want this country to prosper and move forward. Now, one of the things we've done in that respect in harmonisation is actually very much making sure that what we do is we give clarity of what we've done under the generic design assessment, so that all that's left to be assessed once we move past that are things to do with site-specific issues, wind, wave, tides, all sorts of things of that nature, and also anything that a potential operator wants to make different to the generic design that's been put in front of us. So we won't revisit anything we've looked under the generic assessment. So that's where the certainty and clarity comes for the operators. And also, very, very importantly, improving that confidence for the public in safety and environmental issues. Very briefly on this slide, there's 3 ticks there because we've done 3 things already. It's a 4-step process, and I'll show you the 4-step process on the next slide. It's a 4-step process. The first one is very much to look in principle, and then we go into more detail as the 4 steps move forward. Steps 1 and 2 are complete. Step 3, the assessment is complete now on 2 designs, a Westinghouse AP1000 design, don't worry about all the numbers, and an EPR, which is essentially a French design, a European design, which has been put forward to us by EDF and Areva. Our Step 3 reports are published next Friday, not tomorrow, next Friday, the 27th of November. They will be on our website along with 33 technical assessment reports. So we're putting 35 reports in the public domain next Friday. So do watch our website, and that will give a very clear signal as to where we're up to. And our Step 4 assessment, which is the detailed assessment, at the end of which, if we are satisfied, we will issue what's called a design acceptance confirmation, which essentially says this design can be built and constructed and operated and licensed in this country. We may have to issue some exclusions to that if some of the assessment hasn't been completed, or if there are issues that still need to be taken forward. But they will have a very clear roadmap agreed with the vendors and also the operators as to when they need to be cleared during the construction and operation process. I'm not going to leave that up for very long, not because it's wrong, but actually because that's exactly what I've just said about. We are where it says now, and next week we will be on that next little box. The licensing assessment, the blue box at the bottom, we expect a license application from EDF for their Hinkley Point C reactor in the spring of next year. So we'll be running a licensing assessment in parallel to the GDA assessment. Slightly problematic, but we can do it. And the beauty of a license under the Nuclear Installations Act is it gives the regulator the powers to control what the operator wants to do during the construction and during all the commissioning work. So that's why we're quite keen that EDF actually go ahead with their proposition of giving us a license application as early as possible.